more about their operation. Later, I call him from my hotel suite.
Why don't we just meet back at the hotel at 5?
I let him know of the change, and he seems more than happy to come by. My assistant, wearing a hidden camera, brings him up on the elevator. He's looking for his cash. I'm supposed to pay him $14,000, and he's supposed to give me $12.8 million. But I'm not the sucker he thinks I am.
I'm concerned that there's no guarantee that at the end of the day you just leave London with this cash and I never see that $12.8 million.
So what kind of guarantee do you want from me?
I haven't even seen a business card from you saying that you're connected with this bank.
Sorry, I didn't really have a business card. I showed my passports.
But you don't even have a business card from the
I
bank?
had a business card, but I didn't come with a business. I was in a rush to come since I didn't. Even a business, anybody can print a business card. It doesn't change anything.
Right, but I mean, typically people have them.
I tell Mr. Bazile we've been on to him all along.
Here's what I suspect. I suspect, and while you seem like a very nice guy, I suspect that you're part of a scam, and that Paul is part of the scam. And I suspect that this is one of those deals where you get some guy to put up $14,000 in the hopes of getting $12.8 million, and then you never see the
No, not at all.
Then we confront Mr. Bazile with information we had concerning his accomplice, the one who called himself Paul on the phone. Remember, we learned Paul's phone number was associated with other internet scams.
The same phone number that Paul uses, right, is also being used by a guy named Douglas Como, who's tied to a please help me type scam. It's tied to a Yuma Bayat, who's involved in a lottery scam, and to a Sandy Zuma, who's involved in international transactions.
That's the problem. Lots of people pick up their cards and from different people working in the bank, and they use it to defraud people.
Was he claiming he was being defrauded? It was time for Mr. Bazile to find out who I really am.
Well, there's something else I have to tell you. And that is, I'm not who you think I am. I'm not Jim DeLong. I'm an investigative journalist from the United States. And we're doing a story on suspected scams, financial scams that come out of Africa.
I could probably leave. I might just choose not to go and get dinner for this. Just. What do you got to say now about this? What do you got to say about
So if
this?
there's anything else you'd like to tell us,
World Star.
we'd like to hear it. If not, you're free to go at any time. But this is standing out as one of those scams.
Yes,
Probably should have got him arrested.
One of these guys taking my pictures. Can I see the ID, please?
Well, they're
Did
not
you-
in a position to have to show you the ID. I'm telling you that they are.
No, but they don't have any right to. They don't have any right to take pictures of me.
In our room, they do have a right to take a picture. So if there's anything else you'd like to tell us,
Nothing.
Nothing. Just.
let me know.
You're
Oh,
free.
and one more thing.
My
Remember
500.
that money we gave him earlier?
This is $500. Just take this. I must ask you beforehand, though, I'd like to get that $500 back.
Don't shop.
Thank you. Thank you.
There he goes. For this man, the scam is over. What did the FBI's John Hambrick think of Mr. Bazile?
This guy is not at the top of his game. This guy's a mule to a certain extent, a soldier in the game. You can tell he appears to be nervous.
Still, Hambrick says, if I had been a real scam victim, Mr. Bazile would have taken me for everything I had.
They will stay after the victim until the victim is out of money. If we're talking about $60,000 for a guy that's left in his retirement account, they'll take it all.
Remember, we don't have the power to arrest him. And as the FBI's Hambrick told us earlier, with limited resources, there's little time or money to chase these con men down.